Melanie Traylor. Today I'm showing you my Someplace Grand fabric collection, brand new, and it releases this coming May. In this video, I am showing you those samples. So this is Someplace Grand, and I am really excited about quilting with these fabrics and mostly colors for the next few months, and that is my plan. I've got 2 quilts that I'm going to be using these samples on, and then I won't be able to make any other quilts with this collection until they get here, which is end of May, early June. So I thought today we would take a look at all of the fabrics, and I'll show them to you and kind of tell you a little bit about them. Afterwards, I will show you how to pre-order them. The collection is called Someplace Grand. It's 20 pieces, and it's about traveling. So all of it is kind of loosely themed with travels. A lot of it is based on my photographs that I took while on those travels. Okay, so this is the main print, and really it's one of the first prints I designed, and it kind of holds the whole theme of this collection. So the print is called Dream Vacay, and this is the Romance colorway, and this is the Tawny colorway. And there are sunflowers, and inside the sunflowers is those scenes. Let me turn it this way. Those scenes from vacation. So let me just give you a little bit of a close-up here. Those are my photographs from my travels. It's a bigger print. I want to say that these each of the flowers would probably fit nicely in a 3-inch square, or might fit tightly into a 2.5. Can't wait to sew with it. All right, so that is Dream Vacay. All right, so this next print is called Hotel Wallpaper, and this is the Eggshell colorway, and this is the Honey colorway, and it features ranunculus. These are actually from my stepdaughter's wedding, and then it features anemones, which are also from her wedding. And I imagined this fabric used fussy cut and used in sashing, or fussy cut and used in quilt borders. Of course, you'd have to, cut it on the opposite side of the fabric to make that work, but when we're fussy cutting, we'll do what we have to do and use up fabric, right? It's called Hotel Wallpaper. Here's a close-up, and yeah, it just really reminds me of we've stayed in some really old places, and the hotels or the bed and breakfasts, lodges, they always have wallpaper. So that's kind of where it gets its name and where it gets its idea from. All right, so that's Hotel Wallpaper. All right, this print is one of the last prints. It might actually be the last print I designed for this collection. I was trying to round out that theme, and I had the idea of drawing a map of places that we wanted to go, but I didn't have any map skills, so we ended up with something like this. So the print is called Adventure. This is the Papaya color palette, and this is the Sugar Cookie color palette. And it kind of is a print that you could use pretty okay as a blender, but you could also fussy cut it if you wanted to, because there's, mountain lakes, there's waterfalls, there's little river towns. There's just a few opportunities to fussy cut in here, but you wouldn't necessarily have to fussy cut if you didn't want to. So that's one of the perks of this fabric. And, it just features some very simple flower shapes. But anyway, that is Adventure. All right, this print is called Navigate, and this is the Rosette colorway, and this is the Bronze. Features hummingbirds, and they would fit nicely in a 2-inch square. So they're not quite tiny, but they're not super small either. They're really good size for fussy cutting. And there's a lot of them, so you definitely don't have to fussy cut them. I really like these 2 colors together. I think they're really pretty together. The Bronze is definitely a little bit brighter than the Rosette. The Rosette has got that muddy vibe going on with it. I like them both, so I see me using them a lot. These are great, easy to use blenders. All right, so that is Navigate. The next print is called Gallivant. This is the woodsy color, and this is the pale blush. And this print is inspired, we kind of drive a lot. We always rent a car and drive a lot when we go on these vacations, and everywhere we go, there's meadows on the side of the highway or country roads or whatever. There's always meadows everywhere. And the flowers aren't necessarily wildflowers. You know, there's a echinacea in there. But it just kind of was inspired by that idea. The background on this one is a little bit multicolored. Just a little bit. You can kind of see that it looks like texture. All right, so that is Gallivant. All right, this next print, probably the first one I drew, and definitely my favorite blender. This is Dark Skies, and this one is Amber, and this one is Terra. Terra is brown and the Amber is gold, if you can't tell on the video. But another easy to use blender. Very, very busy one. And this one's called Dark Skies, and every time we travel with my mother-in-law, we have to go searching for dark skies to make her happy. So that's kind of where the print, the inspiration came. Also, if you are one for noticing things or remembering things, this is the block in my Bad Girl quilt. So there's another throw to something else. All right, so that is Dark Skies. All right, so these next couple of blenders are to calm everything down, because if you haven't noticed yet, this is a busier collection. So I've got some blenders here that will calm everything down. This one is actually called Roadside Meadows, another print inspired by all those meadows. There was one trip we went on in Canada. It was to Banff, and we went into all the areas around Banff, but there were meadows of golden flowers. I think there were dandelions everywhere that the bears were just kind of really into. All right, so this is Buttercup, and this one, and this color is Kiss Kiss. This is very, very pink, and this is a buttery yellow. All right, so that is Roadside Meadows. More calming blenders. This one is Hidden Gems. It ended up looking a little bit different than what it started with, because I was trying to calm everything down. This colorway is Sun Haze, and this colorway is Marigold. So let me give you close-ups of those. I would say that this Marigold color is definitely the out there color in the collection. It doesn't quite fit. Well, it fits. I like having an out there color, at least one of them, every time I make a quilt. So like most of the colors will blend really nicely, and then there'll be one out layer. This one's kind of that out layer. But it looks so good with all the other colors. I'm excited to use both of these. So that is Hidden Gems. All right, more blenders. These are called Wandering. This is the Ravishing colorway. And this one is the Gulf White. You have seen me use Gulf White in, I think, my Lighthearted collection. So this is a shade of white that we've used before. But this is, again, just another blender because we needed to calm stuff. So again, that is Wander. Okay, there's only one of these. This one is called Roadmap, and the colorway is Daisy Dew. There's only one of these again, but Daisy Dew is another shade of white that I've used before. It's got several colors on it, but it doesn't quite look like it. I find it to be very, very delicate, and I think it would be a blender that would be easy to use. I love how it's like almost a plaid. All right, so that is Roadmap. All right, this next one is called Memories, another shade of white that I've used before. This one is Vienna, and you can barely tell it, but it is a text print, although you won't be able to make out a single word, I don't think. The flowers are delicate, just barely there in color. So just a nice floral, easy to use. Again, it's called Memories. All right, so here they are. I would say, kind of sort of color order on sort of lightest to darkest. But I like seeing fabrics in orders like this because I feel like I get really inspired and really excited. I don't ever know if I like a collection until I see it in the order. But anyway, so here is Someplace Grand all together. And if you liked my cinnamon tea, this is kind of similar color palette. We've still got our peaches kind of in there, but this one's a little bit less peach and a little bit more gold, a little bit more berry colored, and those similar shades of brown. I think them not quite as dark, just really heavy coral gold vibes in this one. All right, so that is Someplace Grand. Okay, so here is the Meander and Make website. So that's meanderandmake.com. And you can come over here to the search bar and just type in Someplace Grand, or you can come over here to Fabric, and you could scroll over here to Collections, and then just scroll down until you get to Someplace Grand. They're alphabetized. Let's see. Someplace Grand, and click that, and it will pull up all the listings for Someplace Grand. So we have the kits available if you prefer purchasing that way, or you can purchase the whole bundle, which is 20 pieces. And we have fat quarters. You choose fat quarters here or half yards here, and then you would click the pre-order now button. And so that's one way if you wanted to buy the bundle. You could also keep scrolling, go to page 2. And on page 2, there is an option for yardage. So maybe you don't want the whole bundle, maybe you only want a few pieces, or maybe you're buying a kit and want backing or binding for that kit. You can come over here to the yardage listing. And we're only pre-selling in 1 yard increments. So if you wanted to buy like fat quarters or half yards, you'd have to wait till the collection actually released in late May. But if you wanted to pre-order something, we are pre-selling in 1 yard increments. So you would come down here to this pre-order options, and you choose which ones you want. So when you click on one, it shows you the actual fabric. So that would be Adventure Papaya, and then you can just, pick which ones you want. It would be a really good idea for like backing, I think, if you're buying a kit and you want to go ahead and secure your backing, because we struggle to keep yardage in stock once the collection first releases. So if you're buying a kit and you want the backing to match, I would definitely pre-order the backing and binding as well. Let's go back over here to the Someplace Grand. And these are the kits. Some of these kits offer background. Here's the attic window kit, and this would be the price just for the foreground. So you would just get the 14 pieces to make this kit, and you'd need to come up with your own background. But you also have the option of adding the background for you. So when you click over here at some of these options, they're all different solids. So you can click them, give it just a second, and you'll see what the fabrics look like with that backing. Let me do one where it's obvious. All right, so this one's Kona Gold. And you can see what it looks like used in those fabrics with that background. For me, this is a great way to plan a quilt because I know exactly what the quilt is going to look like at the end. So I love doing this. All right, but you don't have to add the background. That's definitely just an option for you, but it's there if you want it. Okay, and then some of the kits, like Inner Beauty, they don't require background, so you would get everything you need for the quilt top. Just keep in mind that our kits and our things like that always feature the top fabric. It doesn't include batting, binding, or it doesn't even include the pattern. But if you scroll down to each of these listings, you'll get a link to the pattern. And let's say that you wanted Inner Beauty kit, and you wanted to, you don't have the pattern yet. You would come over here and you would get the pattern and add that as well. And if you're like, I want backing too, you could come into the pattern, and all the patterns on photo 2, it tells you how much you need of backing, binding, everything you need. So if you wanted to go ahead and pre-order everything together, that's an option for you. All right, I think that's it. All right, so that is how to order. Okay, so that was the collection, how to order. Just a heads up that, again, the collection does not release until late May, early June. And we currently have the bundles, 1 yard increments of yardage, and the kits. We will take most of those listings off come the time we actually order the fabric. So probably around mid-May, you will no longer be able to order kits or yardage. So if you're interested in those things, get your order in before mid-May. That way we'll have a better idea of how much to order. I don't like to over order, and I always lean kind of to under ordering. So if you are interested in those items, get them before mid-May. I think that's all. I may pop in here with just a little reminder, and if you're subscribed to the newsletter, you will get reminders when things get closer, when last call day is, things like that. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.